Kentucky is known to be a part of the Bible Belt, but sometimes it's a struggle for some people to find that connection with God. We have Reverend Laurie Brock joining us today to talk about her new book and how horses helped her make that connection. Laurie, thank you for being here. We're so excited.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Now, Laurie, if you could tell us a little bit about, how did you get introduced to horses in general?
My grandparents owned horses, so
Okay.
there's some pictures of me when I'm 3 years old on a horse, and rode sporadically. I rode in college Western style, and then I graduated from college, and life got in the way.
Right.
And I had not been on a horse for about 20 years before I moved to Kentucky.
Oh, wow. So then you kind of had this reintroduction to horses.
I did, and I would love to tell you that there was a moment where the heavens parted and the voice of God said, you should ride horses. I actually had a moment where I realized I had been at the church, St. Michael Episcopal Church, where I serve as rector, about a year, and I realized I did not want to be one of those pastors that didn't do anything but the church.
Right.
So like at every party, that person's like, let me tell you about my church. Let me tell you about the parking lot. We just redid the lighting in my church, and I thought, I have got to get a hobby.
So it brought this connection?
It did. I went on Groupon, and I saw
love it.
Groupon, I know, and saw horse riding lessons, and so went and rode and would ride about a week, and then the barn that I originally started riding at closed their lesson program, so I moved to the barn that I'm at now, Wingswhip Farms, out in Jessamine County, and have been there for about 5 years. And I cannot imagine my life or my faith without horses and the community that horses have brought into my life.
Now, I know you touch on that in your book. Can you give our viewers a little insight about maybe some of the most challenging things you've learned from horses about your relationship or connection with God?
When I was in my teenage years and in my 20s, I really hoped that when I got to a certain age, I would get the certificate from God that said, you have learned everything you need to know about life.
Right.
Like, don't we all want the sticker?
Right.
No more growth experiences.
Right. I did it.
Yeah, I'm done.
I made it.
I've hit that level. And what I realize about riding horses is that every horse, no matter what level the horse is at, has something to teach me about the horse and riding. And that God continually has something to teach me about life.
Oh, I love that.
And so that's...
And you have such a remarkable past with, and just even now, you work with the police officers, you work with people that have been through trauma. Can you tell us a little bit more how horses have helped you serve those people?
One of the things that I've learned about horses is they know where you are emotionally, even though we like to tell ourselves, like, oh, I'm in a good place today.
Right. Horses
pick it up. They're so empathetic. They're so aware. So one of the things that horses have really taught me is to tune in to my emotions and how I am. There are times that I've had to respond to a call with the police officers as a crisis chaplain.
Right.
And it's been at the very end of a long week, and I might need to cancel some appointments. I might not be as some people like to say at my best self that day.
Right.
And horses gave me permission to say, I can't do this today. That
love
I need to be aware of where I am.
Well, tell us real quickly, what do you think what's your favorite part about your book? That's a heavy question.
That's a heavy question. One of my favorite parts is that I get to share with the world how much horses mean to me, but also just this beautiful and majestic animal that is such a part of the state of Kentucky. I think even if you're not particularly faithful or religious, I think there's still insights from the book about what does it mean to stand in awe of something that is so beautiful. I mean, why do so many millions of people tune into the Kentucky Derby?
Right. Oh, yeah.
So, I hope that, and I also hope that people realize it's never too late to find a new adventure in life.
It truly is. I mean, this is such a majestic animal that you're talking about. Now, Laurie has given us permission to give away one of her books. So all you have to do is go to our Facebook page and or give us a call now. And what we're going to do, 859-566-3636, and our first caller will actually receive a copy of Horses Speak of God. Laurie, we really appreciate you being here and look forward to having you back on the show and wish you the best of luck with your book. Up next, we're heading to the kitchen with Chef Allison Davis, making delicious treats for Mom for Mother's Day. Don't go away. We've got more Midday Kentucky.